What's happening, sports fans? Welcome back to another episode with Mama and Papa Joe. On the menu today are some jerk spare ribs. We haven't done any jerk in about 8 months. Mama and I have got a taste for it. We started this process 2 days ago. We're going to get you caught up before we get to cooking. Let's go. We're going to be making our own jerk marinade for these ribs. Total amounts are going to be in the descriptions. We've got our habanero peppers, fresh garlic cloves, thyme, a whole white onion, about half of the yellow onion, coarse cracked pepper, cane sugar, ground nutmeg. This is kosher salt, olive oil, browning, one whole small lemon, and of course, our allspice berries. And the first thing I want to do is ground up these allspice berries. And man, if you don't have pimento, allspice in your jerk marinade, you're not even close.
Oh my God, the smell.
Smells great. Smells great. Pimentos are done. Let's drop in. That's our white onion, yellow onion, garlic, habaneros, olive oil, browning, allspice, nutmeg, kosher salt, cane sugar, black pepper, our thyme, and lastly, about half a cup of white vinegar. We're going to be playing with this till we get this mixed. We may add a little more vinegar to get the right consistency. Let's come in here with that half of a lemon. I think that's going to be plenty. Loosen up nicely. We're going to come in with our green onion. Folks, I don't know how well you're able to see that, man, but this is what my Walker's wood looks like. That's the perfect consistency. Let's give this a little taste. Oh, that's wonderful. The earlier you're able to do this, the better this becomes. So I'm doing this a day early. Allow it to sit overnight, and I will season those ribs tomorrow. All right, folks, we're back. It's been 24 hours. Got a beautiful wrap that I just need to get rinsed and dried. And here's some scraps, some trimmings from a previous cook. Here, folks, is that awesome jerk marinade we made yesterday. Almost a quart of it. This will store in the fridge for almost a good month. If you freeze it, it can go much longer than that. The one thing you don't want to do is contaminate it with any meat juices. So I'm going to spoon out what I think I'm going to need for use today, just to make sure I don't contaminate it. Let's take a look at that rack of ribs. I'm not going to do a whole lot of trimming aside from the loose stuff like this. You can leave membrane on if you want. And we're going to leave it at this. And we're going to give this at least a 24-hour period to really soak in this goodness. Oh, I love the way this smells. All right, so we'll do a little cleanup and we'll get this back in the fridge and we'll get to cooking tomorrow. Our ribs have been out the fridge for about 45 minutes, man. Smelling great, looking great. And all we're going to do is just touch up the seasoning with a little jerk dry rub from Grace. Our marinade has some salt, but not enough to really salt these ribs. Grace dry jerk has enough salt to really accent this marinade. We're not going to go especially heavy. We're going to head outside and we're going to get that WSM cranked up. So our WSM fire chamber is ready to go. We're rocking that cowboy hardwood lump. What I've got in there are some apple chunks. Those are going to be the closest thing to actual pimento wood. That nice, sweet, fruity flavor. I'm going to put the body of the WSM on. I've got one vent completely closed. The other two are open. And I will begin adjusting those to try to get this locked in right around 275. So we are on our way to 275. Time to get these ribs on. Hear that sizzle? Come back with our pieces. Some of these are small enough that they're going to be mid-cooked snacks. I've got a Grace jerk sauce that I'm going to put on these towards the end. Never used it before. This might take about 4 good hours or so, but we'll check it out periodically. 2 hour mark. Let's take a look. And we've been locked right around that 265 area. We're looking good. These little pieces are cooking nicely. Great, we're looking good. A little red stripe. Just gonna give them a little misting. Continue rocking. All right, we're almost at 3 hours, folks. And I wanna get these little pieces panned. They're pretty much coming off. They're ready to be eaten. I wanna get a little bit of this grace on them. Like I said, I've never tried it, never used it. And just to loosen that up a bit, beer. So I'm gonna wrap this up tight and probably give this another 15 minutes. All right, so all we're doing now is just tenderizing. Then we'll come back in maybe another hour, 4-hour mark, and sauce these. We're at 4 hours and 20 minutes. Sprung a leak. Look at that, lost all our juices. This is our grace. And we're gonna give this just another 10 or so minutes and we'll pull it. All right, folks, we're gonna call this good, man. She's beautiful. She is beautiful. Oh. We'll get her inside and get her sliced. All right, folks. Give them this a few minutes just to relax a little bit, man. Or I can just pull this end bone, this end bone out. And I'm here to tell you. I'm really enjoying that grace sauce. It's delicious. Folks, that is a pretty, oh, these are so tender. Folks, I'm here to tell you that marinade is legit. There's a little sweet, just a hint of sweet from the grace, our sauce, and then just the explosion of that marinade. You're gonna love this if you ever make it. Wow. A little over 4.5 hours, ladies and gentlemen. Easily done, not a whole lot of work. Want to thank you guys and gals as usual for hanging out with Mom and Papa Joe. We absolutely appreciate it. Be on the lookout for another video coming very soon. And as always, Mom and I want you guys to take care of yourselves, look out for each other, and we'll see you when we see you. Holla.